Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Marvel Legends 80th Anniversary Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor overview. Let's do it.
This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini matey, I'm fucking with them. Hype beast, we know about you. Stay buying figs, don't know about it.
Let's just marvel at the box art here for a moment. That's pun number one. So you can see Marvel's Big Three and Alex Ross's style of art. That looks wonderful. And there's the artwork on the back of Thor's box. The bio reads, "A mighty Asgardian, Thor is the god of thunder and the son of Odin, king of the Asgardians. He wields the hammer Mjolnir and has the power to call lightning from the heavens to strike down his enemies." There's Iron Man's artwork, and his bio reads, "Genius industrialist and inventor Tony Stark creates a suit of armor for himself, powered by the arc reactor in his chest, becoming the hero, Iron Man." And finally, Captain America's artwork, and his bio reads, "As World War II unfolds and superpowered beings emerge across the world, the patriotic hero Captain America is revealed, ushering in a new age of Marvels." Alright, so I'm excited to finally take a closer look at Marvel's Big Three, Hasbro's most recent iteration of a classic Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America. It's been a while since I've had a chance to get settled in and really do some reviews, so this will be a more casual, sort of laid back overview. I know there's plenty of reviews of these guys out there, but I wanted to do some comparisons with their most recent Marvel Legends version as far as the look and the deco goes. Do some predictions, tell you what works, what doesn't work, and get you out of here, basically. All right, so hang out with me for a few minutes. Let's get into their accessories. Absolutely no doubt about it. Each one of these figures represents Marvel Legends' best offering of each character in these particular classic outfits. So finally, they've given us a Captain America with the proper textured upper torso, and the body mold definitely works here. I think it's the correct stature and size for Captain America, so that works. But what doesn't work, and what I think they do need to upgrade moving forward, the final upgrade that we need is a Captain America with butterfly joints. We need that extra added articulation so we can have him wielding and throwing his shield and really be able to replicate some of his movements from the comic books. The other thing that does not work here, in my opinion, is this shield. We need to get rid of this sort of clip feature, and we need some more detail on the inner portion of the shield, and I do believe that this shield is too small. I will show you a shield with what I think is the proper size. Captain America is packed in with two head sculpts, so he has this one, and you can see how the wings on the side of the head looks here. And you can see how the A is shaped. Let me know in the comments which artist's look this particular head sculpt is supposed to represent. And then he's also packed in with this look, which is probably my favorite out of the two. And you can see how the wings differ and how the shape of the A differs. He has two fists. And he's also packed in with this open hand with the shield throwing effect attached to it. This is something that we've seen before. You know, it works if you finagle with it, if you mess with it, but I'd like to see them upgrade this at some point and do something where the actual motion effect is a little longer. This is a little too close to the hand, in my opinion. So I've seen people detach this and rip this part off so you can have the open hand and do different things. So I do appreciate the effort here. Here he is side by side with the Onslaught Build-A-Figure Wave Captain America. This is actually not the most recent iteration of Captain America and his classic costume. They did do a bootleg upgrade of this figure in the Vintage series where they painted on what should have been this textured look here, and it didn't look as great. And I actually have that figure, but I never opened them, so I don't think I will now that we have this guy. So obviously this Captain America, the new one, is the better of the two. I wasn't really a fan of this particular head sculpt. I don't think they really nailed it. And I like the more kind of slender look here, but his jaw still looks square, still looks good. He looks a little pudgy on this Onslaught Build-A-Figure Wave version. Now, I will say that the straps that they packed in with the Onslaught Build-A-Figure Wave version can be utilized on a new cap, and so that's one thing that you can take from the old one to kind of upgrade the newer version. But before I do that, there's the face-off Captain America next to the 80th anniversary Captain America, so you can see the size difference there. Obviously, the newer cap is the right size, but one thing that Toy Biz definitely got right was they had some butterfly joints here. So, and the straps and the shield actually make a nice combo for a relaxed look. That looks cool. And like I said, this new shield, or the newer shield that they've been packing in, is too small in my opinion. Here's the shield that came with the old Toy Biz face-off Captain America. Unfortunately, the clips on the back are different, so you're not going to be able to plug the larger shield into his back. That would make for a great combo with the straps and the larger shield, in my opinion. So you may have to do some minor customizing if you wanted to do that, or you can just remove these straps and then use these and just put them around his arms and put this on the old-fashioned way, basically. And you know what? This works. I just went ahead and put the straps over the bands from the old face-off shield. And, you know, if you angle it a certain way, then you can make that work. It should also be noted that the additional hands that were packed in with the Onslaught Build-A-Figure Wave version can be swapped on to this newer 80th anniversary version. The paints don't match up exactly the same, but you can finesse it. And then the other thing that you may want to do is go back and try some of the unmasked heads that we received with various Captain Americas. I believe this is the head from the Commander Rogers figure. And it would have been nice if they packed in an unmasked head here with Steve and the cowl to put around his neck. But overall, still the greatest Captain America that we've received from Marvel Legends. Finally, a brand new classic Iron Man figure where the proportions look great, the paint looks great, he looks great alongside his team members. I really don't have any issues with this guy. They did pack in quite a few accessories with Iron Man. So aside from this particular helmeted head, he has an additional, which looks like so. And again, help me out in the comments. Let me know which look is attributed to which artist. But this to me looks like a more classic look. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. Then he also has the unmasked head, which looks like it jumped right off of the pages of like a 1960s comic. This looks really good. They did a great job with this. I'd love to get this head onto a suited body, although I think this head might be a little large for some of the standard suited bodies that Marvel Legends has released. I'll try it though. Let it be known that I haven't looked at anybody's reviews of any of these figures, so I don't know what's been tried and what hasn't. I'm just doing my own thing here. But again, this head sculpt looks very good. I don't really have any paint imperfections on my version, and I'm happy with this. Iron Man has 2 fists, and he's got 2 open hands with the fingers spread, and you can see there are 2 peg holes right in the center of each of these hands. Because he has more accessories, you can attach his repulsor blast into these hands. It should be noted that there is no hinge on these hands. They are already fixed in this upright position, which allows you to just extend the hand when you want to show him kind of shoot and blast. Now, unfortunately, because of how the hands are fixed, it doesn't really allow you to get him to hold his helmet in his hand. So that was kind of a fail. It would have been nice if they included maybe one additional extra set that would allow you to have him hold his helmet. You know, I would assume that they're going to milk this mold and do some different things down the line. There's no question that they're going to release a stealth version on this buck. You know, they're not going to let this buck go to waste, that's for sure. So I'm not 100% sure how they wanted you to kind of utilize these blast effects, but there are 2 portions to the effect. I assume that you can plug in this larger circular effect here, and then you can put the elongated repulsor blast in the middle there, or you can just do the repulsor blast alone, or you can use this blast as sort of a booster for the boots. So there are peg holes there, and if you wanted to have them kind of simulating flight, then I guess you could do that too. I guess the booster effect works, so it looks like they're taking a little note from Figure Arts, so that looks really good. A lot of ideas for ACBA popping up in my head. I'm thinking about Invincible Iron Man some years back when Tony had, I guess, kind of first discovered the extremist, or was first messing with the extremist technology, and something had happened and he had to go back to his old suits, and he was rocking the classic suit, and he fought the Mandarin, and he actually had fought Namor in the old suit too, if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot going on during that time, so a lot of explosions and cool things you might be able to replicate in ACBA. Alright, I'm sidetracking, moving along. And here we go, Blast from the Past. So the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Series 1 Iron Man stacked up against this new 80th anniversary Hasbro Marvel Legends Iron Man. Classic outfits, or classic suits rather, and obviously the 80th anniversary is the superior of the two. Something about the old Toy Biz Iron Man here still makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside, but you know, you can definitely retire your Toy Biz Iron Man. And look at this. Obviously, Hasbro was just all over the place. Look how much larger this newer Iron Man is than this version. So originally this figure was released during the return of Marvel Legends in a 2-pack with Maria Hill, which we need a female S.H.I.E.L.D. agent body redo as well, because Maria Hill has been pretty prominent in the comic books for like 10 years basically. But this guy is tiny, doesn't look like there can be a man inside of a suit there. That just does not look right. In fact, this looks like it's a man, and this could be the man inside of the suit. So again, this was first released Return to Marvel Legends in a 2-pack with Maria Hill, but this is the version that was released single carded, where they upgraded the paint a little bit. I think it was during the Iron Man 3 movie. And, you know, people were happy to get this, but still really sad about the size. And you can obviously retire that guy as well. Nothing really can be salvaged from those other two Iron Man figures to add on to this guy, unfortunately. It's about time that Hasbro went back and redid every single Iron Man armor. I definitely want a new Extremist Iron Man. We need a classic Silver Centurion Iron Man. We need all of the classic armors upgraded. So Hasbro, get on it. And hold on. And like I suspected, this head is a little too big for this suited body. We need something else. So we need a civilian Tony Stark. But again, you can see how this works out and how this looks like it could be a nice fitted suit of armor with average size human being inside. So that works. The proportions are finally right. They have been toggling with trying to get Thor done correctly for 20 some odd years. So, you know, obviously I'll break out some of the early versions of a classic Thor and compare it to this guy, but I love the look of this guy. Now, where things could have been better is in the articulation department. Don't get me wrong, the articulation on this guy is pretty decent, but again, a butterfly joint in the shoulders would have been great. Better head and neck articulation would have been great. Maybe another interchangeable head without the helmet on. Thor's only accessory pretty much is Mjolnir, and I do like that they actually added the inscription back onto it. That's great. I think that maybe this strap could have been a material so it can hang down and look a little more authentic, but the major issue here is probably the cape, which has been an issue with damn near every Thor ever. This one is better. It's not that bad, but I do feel like you could just take this out. You could heat this up, pull it out, and put something cloth on this guy and really upgrade him. You know, I'm not always an advocate for adding soft goods onto Marvel Legends, especially if they're expensive. But for this guy, a nice flowing cape with some bendy wire would probably really take this guy over the top. He did actually have one accessory. I'm sorry. So he did have one interchangeable hand. So you can swap out the left kind of open hand with the left fist. It would have been nice to get another fist on this side, but being that the hands are interchangeable, you can probably find another white hand from some other character to swap onto your Thor. I don't think that should be an issue. Should also be noted that these cuffs here are removable, so they are modular parts and you can pull that off. I'm surprised they didn't have a separate belt, but he does have waist articulation as well as the upper torso articulation. Again, just a bit more articulation overall would have been great. There's a look at that neck peg. So, you know, the articulation as far as back and forward is there, maybe if they would have did something totally new and added a cut here where you can turn the neck there, that would have helped. But, you know, you can turn them slightly and you get a little bit of pivot. Alright, here we go. Here's a look at the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Series 3 Thor side by side with the new 80th anniversary Thor. And, you know, for a time, the Toy Biz version was great. You know, it left a bit to be desired as far as articulation goes, but we all thought it was great detail and great paint applications, but doesn't really hold up over time. We thought this guy was really big, and he was in comparison to other Toy Biz figures because they just couldn't get the scale right. This guy works. He works with the newer age Avengers figures, X-Men figures, whatever you want to do. And then they tried again. This is the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Giant Man Build-A-Figure Wave Thor. And Giant Man Build-A-Figure is still one of the greatest Build-A-Figures of all time. I'll be breaking him out to display with him, or to display him with some of the Hasbro Avengers soon. Look out for that. But yeah, they went smaller. This guy got smaller, and I guess he was more in scale with the stuff that they were doing at the time, especially the other figures in that wave. But as you can see, he's very small. And again, with this cape, especially here, the way it was bunched up in the back, this was just so weird. The way it looked. His articulation was weird. He was top heavy. It was hard to stand him. There's really not anything you can salvage from either one of the old classic Thors and utilize with this new Thor either. And just for shits and giggles, there's a look at that Return of Marvel Legends Thor. The head does actually pop on there, but it doesn't really look right. But again, like I said about Iron Man, we need all new updated Thors, all of the different versions. Now that they seem to have gotten the size and the proportions right, let's get all of the updated Thors. Return to Marvel Legends version, which was that modern look, everything. Let's do it. Alright, I'm wrapping this up, but I will be expanding on this for main course, which I'm also wrapping up. I'm almost complete with the next episode. I'm going to just keep pumping out content and keep doing my thing here. I'm loving the way these three guys look together. Finally, a Marvel Legends big three that are all in sync. They all look great aesthetically. And Avengers in general is starting to look really good for Marvel Legends. I think they may have just a couple like classic characters that they still need to do. I would highly recommend that you pick these guys up. I do feel like they're going to be re-released in some capacity. Like I said, we'll probably get a Stealth Iron Man. We'll probably get Captain America with the lighter blue costume. And I don't know what else they may do different with Thor. Maybe they'll give us the bearded Thor. But they're definitely not going to waste these bucks. So get out there, though. Find these. Get on the hunt. I did not find any of these in my area. All of these were sent to me. And also check out my last video, which was from Fan Expo 2019. My man Kev interviewed Dwight and Ryan, and some questions were probably answered for you there, so check that out. Alright, thanks for hanging out. As always, rate, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, peace.